Sticking to a budget can be challenging, but it's also rewarding. It can help you achieve your financial goals, save money, and avoid debt. Hey everybody, welcome to Thrifty Budgeting. Today, we're going to talk about how sticking to a budget can help you make ends meet and even save a little money in the end. So let's jump right in. Now, in order to take control and keep it, you need to journal every transaction. I know, it sounds daunting, but it's really not that bad. And while it may feel like a little extra work at first, this step goes a long way in helping you stay organized and actually see where your money's going. I mean, it's funny how something so simple can make such a big difference. But once you commit to writing down every purchase, you start to see patterns pretty quickly, and that awareness alone can be a game changer. You'd really be surprised at how many people say that they have a budget, but it's really just a rough idea in their head. Look, it doesn't matter if you're great with numbers or have an amazing memory. Trying to keep track of everything mentally just doesn't work. So by writing it down takes the guesswork out of it. Having your spending written down is going to help you spot issues early on and helps keep unexpected expenses from catching you off guard. Now, you can use whatever is going to work best for you to keep track of this, like a budgeting app, an Excel spreadsheet, or even a good old notebook and pen. Now, another way to make sticking to your financial plan easy and effortless is to simplify your budget with auto drafts. Auto drafts can be a real lifesaver when it comes to staying on track. By setting bills and savings to run automatically from your bank account, you take the pressure off yourself to remember due dates or juggle payments, and that's one less thing to think about, and it's going to help you keep your budget from going off the rails on busy days. And believe me, they're especially helpful when it comes to avoiding those "I'll pay it later" moments. Now, in addition, auto drafts help protect you from late fees and extra interest that can sneak in when life gets hectic or if a bill slips your mind. And they also make budgeting easier because you already know what's coming out and when, which makes planning the rest of your money feel a lot less stressful. That said, auto drafts aren't a set and forget it deal forever. I mean, it's still important to check in on them now and then to make sure everything looks right and that you have enough money in your account to cover them. Now, bills can change and goals can shift. A quick review will help you stay in control instead of being caught off guard. So now that you've stabilized your financial foundation, you can adhere to your budget by using the 30-day rule. Now, this is a simple but a powerful way to slow down your spending and make more thoughtful choices with your money. For example, when a non-essential spending urge starts nagging at you, pause before buying and write down the name of the item, its price, and the date. Then give yourself some breathing room and wait a full 30 days before deciding. Think of that waiting period as a way to separate impulse from intention. In the moment, excitement can almost make anything feel like a must-have, like that automatic banana peeler you thought you needed. So by giving yourself time, though, it's going to create space for clarity. Sometimes the urge will fade and you realize it just wasn't as important as it first seemed. But other times, you still want it just as much, which tells you that it's something that you truly value. Now, either way, the decision becomes intentional, not rushed, and that's what makes it powerful. If after 30 days you still want it, well, that's your sign that it's worth it. So go ahead then and make the purchase with confidence. On the other hand, if you decide not to, well, that's money that stays right where it belongs, working for you instead. And hey, that's what a true thrifty budgeter does. Another way of sticking to a budget, and this one is critical, is you need to fire your credit card. Did you know that a credit card isn't actually a necessity? For a lot of people, it makes spending feel easier in the moment because it creates an illusion that you can deal with it later. The problem with that is those later purchases often come with a hefty price tag, because when you rely on a credit card, you're often paying 20% or even more in interest, turning everyday purchases into far more expensive ones over time. Now, before you get frightened that you can never charge on your credit card again, that's not what this is about. It means breaking the habit of automatically reaching for it and then shifting back to using money that you already have. Now, when you do that, you stop stacking interest on top of interest, and your purchases stay closer to their true cost instead of quietly growing in the background. Now, once you stop relying on the credit card for new purchases, paying down your balance becomes much easier. Without the interest constantly piling on, more of your money actually will go toward reducing what you owe instead of lining the credit card company's pockets. Now, that freed up cash can be used for things that truly matter, like building your savings or covering necessities, or simply giving your budget a little breathing room. And here's the bonus: using your credit card less does not mean that you're hurting your credit. In fact, keeping your balances low and paying them down regularly can really help your credit score, because it shows that you're not overly dependent on borrowed money. Finally, there's the mental relief. Credit card debt has a way of hanging over you, especially when balances keep climbing and payments feel never ending. Firing your credit card and taking control of how you spend can lift that constant pressure, helping you to feel calmer, more confident, and back in charge of your financial future. And these are some perks to sticking to a budget that you can put to use immediately. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already, please be sure and hit that subscribe button and join the Thrifty budgeting family. And remember, stay thrifty.